Your AI agents could be your biggest data liability. And this is what no one is telling you.
In the US, where you can use an AI even for legal, that's clearly a no-no in EU, for example.
In this video, we're going to discuss secure implementation frameworks when you're deploying these AI agents to businesses. We're also going to be talking about legal documentation suite that you need when you're starting off your AI agent agency. And also, if you stick to the end of this video, you're going to learn the secret to turning concepts to production in minutes and not days, months, or even years in some cases, so that business leaders like you do not have to code. So you can use your insights and problem-solving skills, turn your idea into an agent without any coding, because AI can write the whole code for you. By the way, make sure you download the Rapid Agent Prototyping Blueprint. It's going to be the first link in the description. And hey, if you're really serious about building your AI solutions or your agents, and also signing high-ticket AI contracts, make sure you join our Custom AI Agent Accelerator program, where we'll give you the tools and the community to support you in your journey. You don't have to do this alone. Most AI solution builders focus on features and speed, but what happens when your client asks about data and privacy? Can you tell me about the security and stuff like that? And the chatbot says, I don't know. Right? So if the chatbot says they don't know, and that this is like business, right? I'm telling you, like this is how they think. Like if you go to someone and you ask them about security and they say, I don't know, that's going to be an instant turn off. In our accelerator discussion, we discussed how to build AI agents so that you and your clients could get a peace of mind.
I need to secure their data.
Yeah, so Christian, so basically, I think what you always want to the message, first and foremost, the message you want to put together for the business, regardless of what you use, doesn't matter. But you have to mention that the data that you're going to use is going to be secure. So it's going to be in open source, not OpenAI's database, not Claude's data, because a lot of people don't even realize they're chatting with OpenAI and all that. They're giving away their data. They're building the custom GPTs. They don't even care about collecting their own data because data is going to sustain you. That's really the gold right there. The data that's produced by the agents. So business, they want to have a competitive edge. They don't want OpenAI to get all their insights. They don't want Claude. So one of our implementation specialists, Joey, shared crucial insights about protecting your agency and your clients. Let's dive into what really matters when building AI solutions.
In the US, where you can use an AI even for legal, that's clearly a no-no in EU, for example, or especially at least in the Netherlands. Another example is that you cannot use a lot of AI for making a decision for HR, for example, because the AIs are very good at screening, but there are so many heavy biases in it. And so there is a very good tendency that the decision that the AI will make during the screening for an employment or hiring will be super biased when you use an AI tool. So clearly there is guidelines around that they cannot use AI for employee hiring. At least that is what I learned recently in the framework here. So these things are going to be, how do I say, they're moving, right? It's a moving target. So every day there is a new law or a new thing coming up. So my question for you is, if we had to use this repository of, let's say, websites or web links directly connected to the EU Commission of blah, 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 who is involved in GDPR, for example, would that go in our vector database? Is that possible?
You know, one thing I would say, I think it would be very important when starting out on this journey, especially once you establish your foundations and you have a business plan or an LLC set up, for instance, here in the States or whatever it may be. I think one thing that would really protect you is have a good set of terms and conditions of use of your tools. And you have that in place, and you have a disclaimer, and you have a privacy policy. You put all of those things up front, and the customer would have to agree to those things. So you can kind of spell it out. And I think that would be a really great shield to have in front of you to protect you. And that's what I have in place. I have actually a privacy policy, a disclaimer, terms and conditions, and things of that nature. And I think that's something very important to protect, just to kind of watch out for what you're doing. And instead of just not having anything in place, you're kind of leaving the door wide open. But at least if you have some policy and established, and you can always modify the policy. You can talk to a legal authority, somebody that's legal, or a real lawyer, because I'm definitely not, and I'm definitely not giving legal advice. Just telling you what I'm doing. But that would be something I would have: terms and conditions, a disclaimer, privacy and data policy, and all these things. I think I have 5 or 6 different policies. I'll be glad to share with y'all. Y'all can do whatever with them. But there's some things I kind of put together here.
Good to hear. Thank you, Richard. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Joey. Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great learning for all of us. I do think data is going to be obviously what's going to be it's not building agents. Agents the frameworks are obviously important, but every business is different. So they're going to have custom frameworks anyways. So a lot of people running around with frameworks, they're like, well, we don't really need it because business don't need it. They might not even. Businesses are very simple for the most part. Like if you start work with businesses, they have very simple problems. So start with simplicity, build out a framework. But at the end of the day, I think what's going to be really valuable is the data piece. Once you generate the data and insights for the business, you have to set up these terms. What is the data sharing policy? And I honestly think this is going to open up a lot of doors for micro level business rather than macro. Because when you get macro, like you've noticed, we have so many countries, and do you even want that? So the key to building AI agents that keep your client's data private, instead of using public tools, you create systems that learn from their specific business context. We've helped agencies build customer service systems, as well as help them improve their internal intelligence by streamlining processes and building their own data intelligence in a matter of days using this approach. For example, Alexander in our Accelerator program has an agency, and he was able to take all his scattered data and scripts and organize them together in one central intelligence, which is key to unlocking the next level insights. He was then able to create a RAG capability, which is almost like a Google search for your central database for his documents that can be used by an LM model, etc. And he's using 2 layers of search capabilities. So, for example, he used the general search in the second level of DB, where he has blog posts and other general stuff that are good, average, trustworthy, but not 100%. And this is for general information that if it's wrong, no one will take me to court. So this is a great way how Alex can protect himself also from legal implications. So it is really important to design the system and your data so that you are protected. And this is important for business leaders like you to take the initiative and unlock these kind of insights for your business as well, while keeping your data safe and secure. So these are really good tips. And these are really good tips to help you. And these are really good tips to help you secure your workflows. And as Joey mentioned, get a little bit of permission, be in compliance. As Joey mentioned, get a little bit of permission, a little bit of compliance, so you are protected. You have a shield for your AI solutions. And also remember, start locally, get your reps in, understand the security aspects. So when you're actually moving from a hobby to an actual agency, so when you're actually moving from a hobby to an actual business, then you can. So it's really important but also remember, there's a lot of things to consider, but start locally, get your reps in, understand the security aspects, start building your agents, start building your databases, because when you start actually doing this stuff, you're going to turn your hobby project into an actual business. So small implementation is really good. Document everything and then scale with confidence. Now, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The accelerator members have already created the frameworks you need. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
You don't see this in many Zooms, is what I'm really trying to say, I guess. A lot of time you have people just take over the leader of the group, and it's his agenda, and you never get a chance to say, hey, hello, I'm over here, I need help, it's like you never get to that point. And so I really thank you for, what you're doing and what you're bringing to the table with your community here, because I think you got a great learning platform, and I think this is where you can come get some really good knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. I really like this, and I like that everybody's participating and they want to learn and they're hungry to learn. I think that's great. And like you mentioned earlier, man, we can collaborate on projects together. We can help each other. It's no limit to what we all can do and help each other grow our businesses.
Absolutely. Also, guys, tomorrow we have a really intro to rapid agent prototyping. So if you guys want to get started, just like Joey, I actually sat down with Joey and we were trying to figure out how to copy and paste on the Mac. And yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, trust me, the rapid agent prototyping is like, it's the foundation. It can be a little bit boring sometimes, but it's like building a house. We have the good foundations. We break down your SOPs. We don't really talk code or anything. It's just, we just try to understand, hey, what are you trying to do here? What's taking up your time? And we just give you simple steps to follow to expand it. So come on Monday, guys. If you haven't built your assistant or your first AI workflow, tomorrow is going to be, no techie talk, just easy, straight, step by step. Also, don't worry, there's going to be more content about securing your data and also implementing AI. We're going to also have podcasts with some of our specialists, so you can also hear from them. So if you're ready, drop the silly chat box and unleash the full potential of your AI agent.